low. Good rotations there. The Amazons just keep driving forward. Hard thing about the Amazons is they're a big mix of players. Some have played for the elite Australian, some have played for the elite New Zealand, and some, I'm not even sure where they've come from, to be honest. Maybe the Amazon forest. All putting in a great game of hockey tonight, really putting some pressure on the Australians. A great flick from the Amazons there, driving up into the defensive goal bin for the Australians. And right up into the... Oh, what a save by the Australian team. I was certain that was about to go in. Not sure how they pulled that off, but it was some fantastic hockey, that's for sure. Amazon's taking back of the control, it looks like. Quite hard to see with the camera angles we've got, but we've just got to take a bit of a guesstimation on this one. Right in front of the Australian sub bench. As I've said before, it's quite a strong position to have.
Ooh, I might fix it. Nope.
Australians driving up the pool. Nice little runaway there, taking pressure off their own goal bin, putting pressure on the Amazons. This might be it for the Australians to get on the scoreboard. Not quite the scoreboard though. Oh, great swim for the Australians, straight up the middle. Amazons doing great work at putting pressure on the back line, getting right into the middle of their rotation. A lot of pressure here. Can the Australians convert? And it looks like they can. First time up in the Amazon goal bin and they put it in. That's a fantastic conversion rate there. 100%. If only they could get up there a little bit more and then we'd have a much tighter game on our hands. 2-1 now. Amazons 2. Australian under 26 1. With 10 minutes to go in the second half here in Hobart, Tasmania.
What do you know about variable bit rate, Devon?
Not a clue.
Rate control. Do we want variable bit rate? Do we want CBR, ABR, CRF? Let's go with CRF.
Sounds like a plan. As you can see, we've got a very strong technical team here in the box tonight. Really know what we're talking about.
Let's Google rate control.
Asking old Dr. Google here to make your streaming a little bit better. Amazon's putting on a strong counter-attack after letting in that goal. Lots of bodies on the surface at the moment. I think everyone's getting a little bit tired at the end of the game here. This is when the real fun begins. Great pressure by the Australians, not letting the Amazons move the way they want to. An advantage is being played by the ref. An advantage is when someone's fouled, but he plays an advantage to the other team to see if they can actually take something out of it, and if not, he'll make the call later on in the game. It's quite a long advantage, and it seems to be going for the Amazons. Nope, it was for the Australians. The advantage is off now. Got an advantage once again being played for the Australians. Amazons seem to be doing some sort of fouling, but it's taken the advantage away once again. A lot less calls have been made in the second half, which is good. Gets the game flowing. Really brings out the fitness in the players. Seems to be quite stagnant on the wall here. Pushing right up into the defensive corner of the Australians. Amazon's putting on a lot of pressure.
Pretty much nothing you can't learn.
Australians going for a drive up the wall. They seem to be keeping it nice and solidly on the wall, not letting the Amazons really play their game. Amazons going for a break, but they've been pushed to the corner once again. Got an advantage being played by one of the refs. And it's for the Amazons. Still advantage being played. Some strong subbing by the Australian team, and all three refs are making a call at one time. And it's an obstruction against the Amazons. Obstruction is where you use your body to get in the way of the puck. Or it could be barging, which is barging someone off the puck with your body instead of going for the puck yourself.
Right. I think it's because we're doing it in 720. Let's try and show it in HD. Or if we turn off HD.
And there's Amazon has been kicked out. Not quite sure for how long. Must have been some pretty bad barging, and we've got a team timeout for the Australians.
It's just that, see that? See when they move, you get these jagged edges.
Yeah.
See how here? This is where we get the 6
The team timeout is 1 minute long. The Amazons, the refs seem to be having a little bit of an argument on the side of the pool here. Or they're just chatting, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I think we might have the worst connection.
Yeah, right. So, the question is...
Not quite sure how long the Australian number 5 is out for, which is Natalie Wickham. No, it's the Amazon number 5, sorry.
Natalie Wickham.
That's, yep, Natalie Wickham. That's the one. An Australian player for the Amazons. Both teams ready on the bottom. Australians taking it wide straight from the beginning. A little bit of a, not quite a big enough flick for that one, but she stayed down, followed up, which is great to see. Amazon's nice and ready to follow up. Underwater hockey is an interesting game where you need to actually communicate with your team without talking to them. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Imagine yourself playing a game of football while holding your breath. A lot of swimming side to side here from the Australians. Seem to be tiring out the Amazons by the looks of things.
We've got, so it's 720 and 50 frames a second coming out of the GoPros.
And it's a foul has been called against the Australians. And it's for an illegal slapdown, so they've used either their stick, arm, or part of their body to stop the puck. But you're only allowed to use your stick, or bat, as the Australians like to call it.
Yeah.
Getting all the lingo right here tonight in Hobart.
If you go to rescale, it's rescaling to 1152 by 720. Why isn't it 1280?
Massive runaway from the Australians. She's still going, even though he Oh, she's been turned off by an Amazon though. Can they keep up the pressure and hold them up in the bin? Because if the Australians get up there, I have a feeling they're going to be able to score. Great attacking work and great hustle from the Australians when they get up. There's an advantage being played by one of the refs, and Natalie Wickham is about to get back into the pool. And advantage still being played by the ref, not sure for which team. They're really not helping us by playing on the wrong side of the pool to the cameras. Natalie Wickham is back in the pool. That's going to often be a game changer when the player gets back in. And it's an advantage against the Amazons. This is a real chance for Australia to convert and bring the game to 2-2 with 3.5 minutes to go.
So that's what the thing's bringing in, and then output.
Everyone down on the bottom of the pool. Bit of a late sub from the Amazons. That could be costly. Refs right down, making sure, and it looks like it's a goal for the Australians.
That's where we're getting to.
Fantastic comeback from the Australians, and the Amazons are calling their team timeout. Both teams get one timeout per half. Australians all looking very happy with themselves, as you would be with a 2-0 down comeback. It's always nice to see a tight game at a Trans-Tasman competition.
Yeah, get started.
Is that adding much to the upload?
Are we online at the moment?
Yeah, mate.
Oh,
Of course we are. We've gone through nearly 7 gigs in 10 hours.
Yeah.
The
Scoreboard will be updated soon, I'm sure, to make it 2-2. 10 seconds to go on the timeout. And 3 minutes to go in the second half. Scoreboard has been updated now to 2-2. The question is what will prevail? Experience from the Amazons or the fitness from the Australians and pure drive to win? Amazons have a few more players who have played in the elite women's team, but the under-26 Australians, I think, have 3 women who played in Stellenbosch this year, which Australia did fantastically well in, with 3 gold medals out of 4 grades.
Yeah, is that quicker than it is? Relocation is the goal.
Australians putting a lot of pressure on the Amazons.
Yeah. Yeah. And the actual impact on the tower itself. Yeah.
2 minutes to go in the second half. A lot of pressure on the Amazon bin. It's a real change from the start of the game, where the Amazons were right up in the Australians' half pretty much the whole time. But every time the Australians have gotten into the Amazons' side, they've put in a goal. So we'll see if they can convert 3 for 3 times of being up in the Amazons' half. Amazons only have 1.5 minutes to hold out if they want to get onto the draw. Otherwise, they're going to need to get some speedy runaway going on. The pool can be travelled in a mere 12 seconds by some of the faster players. On average, probably about 15 seconds to get across the pool. So the game's never over until the fat lady sings.
But at the moment, the problem's not the quality of the TV, it's the quality of the signal. Is it this thing, or?
It's contributing, yes. At the end of the day, that's the cheapest.
Amazon's getting a break. As I said, the pool can be travelled very, very quickly by some of these top players. Majority of them have been playing for about 6 to 10 years now. Solid drive from the Amazons. We've got an advantage being played by one of the refs. I would assume it is on for the Amazons. And they're right up in the goal bin. Can they convert? They haven't had a high success rate so far. And it's being called. And it's a penalty shot for illegal stop down.
Buy some 42-inch.
So for those who weren't here for our first penalty shot, it's a 2-on-1 versus the goalie against the team that fouled. So 2 of the Amazons will be going up against one of the players from the Australian under-26 team. Buzzers off already. Strong start. Very rare that this is saved. Great work from the Amazons. Completely cutting off all options for the Australian.
Like young Caitlin 10 Bensel trying to defend that one.
When we get near to the end of the second half, the in-between games gets paused for ref when we get calls made. It is now 3-2 to the Amazons. So we've got 26 seconds left. It doesn't mean the game is over. The Australians could have a strong strike and take it straight up the middle into the goal bin. That's what they will be looking to do. Putting on strong pressure, but the Amazons are ready for it. Putting up a strong defensive line in the middle of the pool. Australians are driving hard though, going towards the goal bin. And it's whether the Amazons can cycle out, but doesn't look like it. Fantastic effort by the Australians, driving straight up the middle on the strike to finish the game off with 3 seconds to spare, making the game 3-3. Amazons 3, Australian under-26 3. What a fantastic finish to a fantastic game. My name is Devin Glover, and this is Hobart, Tasmania, over and out.
Right, can you leave the score up, please?
Well done, buddy.
I want to have a play out there.
I'll be in tomorrow.
Excellent.